All right. Oh gosh, here we go. It's so weird when we do it this format. I have to like psych myself up for it.
I mean, it's fine. This is fine. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. Hell yeah. And welcome back to another episode of First Reaction Fan Reaction. I am your host, Cailin Clothier. With me is my co-host,
Dara Whitman.
Alrighty, how's it going, Dara?
Witty remark.
Witty remark? Wearing some witty clothes, because here we are. We are Witty Clothes
My
Productions.
clothes aren't really that witty. Not...
I find humor in them.
Hold on. You keep talking.
Oh, fabulous. Okay, well, we are back at it again, and as you can tell, we're still doing that format that we were, where we're re-recording some previously recorded episodes, so you'll see
that better?
Our reactions in one location, and our... Yes. Beautiful.
I probably should have done
Fabulous.
this, like, hold on, let me...
There you go.
I do this with... Actually, no, it's a terrible idea. Never mind.
It's just...
I was saying, like, I could, like, put the headphones over it, but I don't think it's going to work.
I think it was fun while it lasted.
It was, but I could still have the hood up.
Okay.
Anyway, but
I'm kind of into it.
but
yes,
you can see my hair, and I worked hard on my hair.
I do like your hair.
Thank you.
Your hair looks good.
Thank you.
It looks fabulous. But of course, so you're gonna see footage of us in one location, then footage of us here, recording remotely because we are recording some segments, but it should last for this episodes 3 and 4. My light just flickered. That's fun. I hope the ghosts are enjoying this program. And then when we do episode 5, you should see us back in the same location again. So thanks for bearing with us. Today we're still talking about Baccano, and we're going to talk about episodes 3 and 4. Episode 3, Randy and Pecho are busy getting ready for the party. In episode 4, Lad Russo enjoys talking a lot and slaughtering a lot. So I am looking forward to these episodes. But first, we're going to talk about Randy and Pecho are busy getting ready for the party. Dara, what did you think of this episode?
Well, I was trying to remember, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like this one that much. I think I did a little bit.
That's fair.
Again, I'm still very, like, I still don't know how I feel about this show. Not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
It's very...
That's fair. I understand. We still don't really know what's going on, too. This is another episode where we bounce around a lot in this episode.
There's so much bouncing
quite a few
around.
Different people. And a few different times, a few different people. So it can be a little hard to keep track of it, especially if we're taking a break in between watching. But I think that we should just dive right into it and start talking about a synopsis.
Okay.
They are jokers.
1930. Okay.
1932.
So that's 2 years after the crash.
Yeah.
But you might catch cold if you stay out in this damp air for too long.
Thank you, Benjamin, but I'll be fine.
You might catch this thing called COVID-19.
Oh, no.
Just a little longer.
There's 90. You have 90 years till that. It's fine.
Are you sure?
They got other shit to worry about. Like not having cell phones.
I was going to say the war. Just for the fun of it, this episode starts in the year 1932, and we're focusing on a girl by the name of Eve Genoard. Of course, we recognize her name for the title sequence. We've seen her here and there. She's kind of sad because she is looking for her brother, Dallas.
Who's dead.
Genoard. Who's probably most likely dead, just based on the things that people are saying. Of course, when we see her at the beginning of this, she's kind of watching on as there's some kind of crew kind of digging things up from the bottom of the Hudson River. So it doesn't look good, I would say.
Well, I mean, like, I forget if we learn about Dallas and these episodes. I realize these episodes kind of like gel together, and I feel like that happens in most of the episodes. I don't actually remember.
It's mostly this episode.
What happened in what thing and what happened.
Oh, you froze on me.
No, you froze on me. You're thinking, okay.
Oh boy.
But I was saying, like, I kind of remember that, like, Dallas wasn't really a good guy.
Yeah, and we see a lot of it in this episode. This episode and next episode we kind of get a bit on Dallas and how he's kind of dick.
Kind of a dick.
I would say. And we kind of learn more about that now, but there is a level, I guess, of sympathy in that his sister, who seems very nice and sweet, is looking for him.
Well, kind of, I probably should have watched the recording that we did do, because I don't actually remember what I said. But it kind of sounds like he was a dick to most people except for, like, his sister.
Yeah.
Which like you kind of see in a lot of these like movies or TV shows about like maybe gangsters or like cowboys or like that like anti-hero thing of like they're
Gangster Cowboys.
Is that a movie?
Gangster Cowboy. If it's not, we should make it.
We should. No, I don't know if that's a thing. Unless cowboys aren't cowboys technically gangsters like a western?
Not really. It depends on how you write it, I guess.
I don't know. I haven't watched a western in a while. I don't dislike them. I just haven't watched them. Aren't there like heists in westerns at some point? Don't they have like
maybe?
Do they have to
sometimes
steal a thing? Steal the Declaration of Independence?
Steal the Declaration of Independence.
National Treasure a gangster movie?
No.
We should do that just for a Patreon live stream thing.
We keep talking about National Treasure for some reason, and now we have to do something with it.
Probably. That's fine.
This is fine. But I think we hey Dara.
Huh?
Baccano. Dallas. Randy and Petro are busy getting ready for the party.
Is there a party? What happened to the train?
1931.
All right, boys, let's hear the stick up.
Gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm Nicholas. I run the English edition desk. Pleasure to meet you. Don't tell me, from the Runa-Rada family.
Runa-Rada.
As an information broker, there are very few facts of which we are not aware.
I thought this was a bank.
Fact me this, pal. So any idea where he could be? Tell us and we'll make it worth your while.
500.
What?
He's down there
500
sleeping with the
bones,
fishes.
and not a penny less. Plus, you gotta pony up one piece of info.
What happens if someone wants to buy that information?
Well, then we sell it to them. That is part of the job description.
You think I'm gonna listen to this garbage all day?
This is my kind of newspaper.
Sure.
Those nerds with guns. So we of course get the title card drop, which is Randy and Petro are busy getting ready for the party. But before anybody gets ready for a party, we're going to go back to 1931 to the Daily Days. Of course, we're a little bit familiar with the Daily Days. They are a newspaper who seems to know a lot about knowing a lot. The vice president and one of his associates, of course, were kind of the framing sequence of that first episode. So we have a level of familiarity there. So the episode starts with kind of two, it says here, shady men. They are paying the Daily Days a visit, and a fellow by the name of Nicholas Wayne kind of introduced himself as responsible for the English edition of the newspaper. And then, so he seems he's in the know about things. It seems like everybody at this newspaper is kind of more so in the know of things because they kind of work in the exchange of information. This guy here is an information broker. He's able to recognize that these two guys who just walked in are members of the Runa-Rada family. I think we have
Rigatoni?
dubbed them the Rigatoni family. Yes,
Two questions. One, is Nicholas Wayne related to Batman?
I cannot confirm or deny, but it is a possibility because this takes place in the 1930s, and so anything can happen.
There are 30s.
I mean, although Batman kind of was in the 30s, so I'm not sure. He might be a distant cousin, I would say.
I was thinking like if there was like a Batman like thing, but then I was thinking of Spider-Man, the like 30s thing, and then I'm like, I really need to see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse again.
Oh yeah, that was a fun movie. I enjoyed that.
It's on Hulu now, and I don't have that. Anyway, my other question was, the newspaper has an English version, but we're in America.
Yeah.
Don't we only put out English versions of stuff for the most part, especially in the 30s?
Really. Well, this is New York City, and it's the 30s, so really we're just coming off the heels of the Ellis Island era, which means that there were people who come from a variety of backgrounds, a lot of recent immigrants who were frequenting the city. So actually, it was more multicultural than you think, especially, again, it's New York City, kind of right off the heels of the Ellis Island era.
I just question the progressiveness of the 30s, not gonna lie.
I think you would be surprised. Probably more surprised than you think.
Oh, right. We were probably more upset that we were all broke.
Yeah, everyone was kind of more focused on the fact that no one had any money. But if you look at the cast here, there's a lot of course, people working at this newspaper, and it's a pretty diverse cast of characters in there. A lot of people have different backgrounds. So, I mean, you raise a fair point, but I think we can kind of assume that there are people of all backgrounds working at this newspaper in this time period.
Okay.
In New York City.
Okay.
So these gentlemen are, they want to know about Dallas Genoard, but I have a feeling that they probably are looking for him for different reasons than perhaps his sister. So this is 1931. Of course, a little bit before the events of that opening sequence. So we get a little more information about Dallas. He's the second son of the Genoard family. Did we have a name for the Genoards when we did this the last time? I forget.
No, they're not.
The Gandors
are the Gandalfs.
Gandalfs.
Then,
do we have the Genoards? I feel like we did.
Who are the mozzarellas?
They're the mozzarellas are the oh god.
Were they the Genoards because I couldn't think of anything else?
Martillos.
The Martillos are the mozzarellas, and then the rigatonis
are the Runeradas.
I don't think we had any for the Genoards. The gnocchis?
The gnocchis? This is terrible. We are being so offensive to all Italians out there. I am so sorry.
Yeah, you be offensive though, since you're what, like?
I don't think I am Italian enough to be
10% Italian.
20%. Thank you.
And I look 20% Italian.
So we're probably anyway. So the Genoards.
I think I remember Genoards.
Which come the Genovians. Just take the back off that Princess Diaries kind of thing.
When are we talking about the Princess Diaries?
I don't know, but when should we talk about the Princess Diaries?
I don't know. Did you ever read the book?
It's a great film. I did not.
I did. When I was younger.
I was kind of wanted to.
Spoiler: it's based off. It's in diary form.
Oh.
And it's
wow.
And I think the difference, like the dad wasn't actually dead in the book.
Yeah, I remember reading about that.
I think it was like he wasn't dead, but the reason that like Mia ended up being the heir was because that was his only child, and I think like his balls got cut off at one point, or like something.
I think he had like testicular cancer or something.
But like
so yeah.
So that they couldn't have any more heirs, so like all that's left is Mia.
All that's left is your bastard child.
But like they were married in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yes. I don't remember. No, I think in the movie they were married and then they got divorced and then he died.
Something like that.
Yeah, so it technically wasn't a bastard. I don't know. I feel like it probably would have been weird if they did like if in a kids movie we'd explain what illegitimate meant.
Hi kids, today's word of the day is illegitimate. Oh,
Queen Julie Andrews would not want to do that.
Baccano. Speaking of...
So the Genovians.
Yes.
So now I want some gnocchi, not gonna lie.
Gnocchis, the gnocchi Genovians. So Dallas, of course, he is a notorious juvenile delinquent. They know about him, and so we don't really know why these men are looking for him. But if they want any information, they're going to have to pay up because, of course, the folks at the Daily Days, especially this guy right here, they're information brokers. So they want money. They want exchange. They want information for information. They want money in exchange for information.
That's fair. That's 100% fair.
Yeah. So, but these fellas, they aren't super buying that. They're not digging it. So they do kind of start to pull out their guns. And then, of course, we see a scene where everyone at the newspaper has guns. They just pull them out. Of course, that's obviously part of the job.
Right.
Working on a newspaper, which is why I personally never got into journalism.
Because
I was like, I don't think I can carry a gun.
Well, I mean, look, we had really bad gun control in the 30s, and now it's a lot better.
Anyway, so let's see.
Also, like the 30s are full of gangsters. You need. Haven't you seen like a movie based in the 30s?
Mm-hmm.
What else were you gonna do to get money? You needed guns.
Sure.
You needed guns to rob.
There wasn't a lot else that you could do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like look at Bonnie and Clyde. They're fine. Or dead horribly.
Or just like shot to death horribly. But the good news is at least here in Baccano, half the people who get shot horribly eventually come back.
Right,
so it's fine.
Right. How does that work again at all?
You raise some fabulous questions and eventually we'll get to them, just not today.
Fuck.
So, of course, all this talk about Dallas, we're going to keep on traveling backwards in time. We started off in 1932, then 1931. Now we're going to go back to 1930 when we actually knew where Dallas was.
Okay, now back to the train.
1930. No train. Just the city. Oh.
Hey, watch it!
It means a red hot like you can't afford to be flapping your trap at a guy like...
Through Runarada, huh?
Runarada.
Where do you get off talking so big?
Rotini.
You palookas are like crap employees to us.
Oh.
Did he?
Enough already. This here is Genoard turf, alright?
Is that Christian Bale?
It'd be best not to throw the name Runarada around here too much.
Think so? I can keep track of all these people.
Let's blow.
Go back to the Gandalf family.
The Genoard family. And he is, basically the scene is him being a dick.
Well,
Essentially.
right.
So he is walking down an alleyway, and he, some guy, like, tosses a cigarette, and he gets kind of angry at him.
Well, he
And
did litter.
They kind of have a tussle. Yeah, it's true. Littering is bad, but I feel like that wasn't the reason why he was angry at him.
Okay.
Just.
Don't litter.
And so this guy, this kind of side guy, whatever, we don't know who he is. We don't really care who he is. He says he's a member of the Runaradas, the Rigatonis, of course. And, of course, Dallas and friends don't really care, and they kick the crap out of him.
Huzzah!
So we see Luck Gandor and Burga Gandor. Of course, Christian Bale and one of his brothers are walking down the alley. I actually did a side-by-side comparison last episode of Christian Bale and Luck. I was like, I see
Does
it.
it work?
I kind of saw it. So like not far off.
Like literally the reason I thought of that was because I think like the way he was talking, I just immediately got Christian Bale from Newsies.
Newsies, yeah.
Which is the first time I ever saw Christian Bale and thinking, I hope this kid goes far.
I hope he does something.
I hope he plays Batman one day.
He would make a fabulous Batman.
And villain in the new Thor movie. I think he's a villain.
Oh, is he?
He's in it. I don't know if he's a villain.
Good for him. So, Christian
Who
Bale
was
takes
his
Dallas
brother?
and tries to Burga,
Okay, I don't think we had a name for
big
him.
guy.
I don't think we had a name
Yeah, I
for
don't
him.
think he doesn't really do much. I feel like.
So he can be called Burger. Burger?
Burger. Perfect. We got it. We got Christian Bale and his brother Burger. It kind of seems like the Gandalfs here are taking, the high road here. They're trying to just get this kid to like shove off, and tries to break up a fight, and that's kind of like our introduction to the character of Dallas.
Right.
We kind of saw him a little bit in the opening sequence. We keep hearing people talking about it, but we haven't really seen him yet. So we get to like see him more in this episode and realize, wow, this guy's a dick. Surprise. But we're going to go back to 1931.
Great.
Because we don't jump around enough in this show. Well, like we can't just stay.
Is there
in
ever
one
an
time. We have to
episode
jump.
where like, okay, so like a full episode's like 24 minutes?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, 24 divided by 3 is like 8. Is 8? Yes?
Yeah.
So, like, why can't we do a thing of like 8 minutes in this part, 8 minutes in that part, and just like straightforward 8 minutes?
It's very optimistic of you.
I know.
We have to listen. Everyone's got no attention span these days. We gotta just keep moving and moving and moving.
Also, question. So, like, you know how like fantasy shows and like even sci-fi shows have like maps of like their universe? Is there a map of Baccano to say like which gang is in which territory?
That's a good question. I haven't looked.
Also, is it bad like every time like they fight, I just kind of wanted to turn into West Side Story? That movie's coming out soon.
That movie is coming out soon. I'm curious.
My friend who's a dance teacher had like positive things to say about the choreographers.
Oh. All right. If that's any endorsement. So we're back. Dara, I have some good news.
What?
We are back on the Flying Pussy.
Hooray!
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, back a year later.
Wait, what was the train crash? What year?
1930.
It's almost time
I
for
think.
our show to start.
No,
isn't it?
1931. Sorry.
Which means it's almost time for their lives to end.
What?
How delightful. It's always been my dream to find those who love life and want to live in this world more than you do and slaughter them one by one until there's just you. And then I would lovingly spend the rest of your life killing you so slowly.
But Lad, you could kill me right here and now. Why wait?
Until then, you stick with me and don't you dare die. Right, babe?
I'm concerned. So this is the train. So
This is the
19.
train, yeah. 1931's train.
I really do. I really do. There is no God in this cruel, cruel world anymore. Vicky went and killed him earlier. I just know it.
Why don't you
We have boarded. We are on board that flying pussy. But
Just don't get off
the
too
bad-
soon.
and don't stay on too long. So, of course, we are following Lad Russo, who's with Lua Klein. Lad Russo is a stable fellow, I would say. I would not say that at all. He's an interesting guy.
He reminds me of a guy named. He reminds me of like a guy who like put clown makeup on and was like terrorizing Gotham City. He was normal.
Yes, everyone was like, "Wow, that sure is a guy that we can look up to." Definitely.
Well, some people did, right?
Some people did. Maybe that wasn't a good thing. So Lad Russo, he's pretty excited. He's very excitable. He's very giddy about the whole prospect of all the things that are about to go down on this train. And he says he's very he really likes killing people.
Yeah.
Of course, that's the name of the next episode. But he talks about in this episode too, where he really wants to kill everyone. He wants to kill everyone who wants to live. So he enjoys kind of killing people who don't want to die, which is very sadistic. And he also this lady friend that he's with, he also wants to kill his lady friend, but not until he kills everyone else.
And she's there consensually, right? I think
so.
So that means
I think she wants to be there.
But I think that means that she wants to die. Which why would he want to kill her?
I don't know, because she's hot.
But why would you want to kill them?
I don't really know.
Are we gonna fuck her first?
I with this guy, I have no idea.
I kind of feel like he doesn't get off on fucking. Let's be honest here.
I think he gets off on murdering.
Exactly.
Heyo. So that but Lad is a little sad because he kind of drew the short stick there, so he doesn't get to go do the job that this other guy named Vicky gets to do. So he's a little over dramatic about it.
Wait, why doesn't he get to do the job?
They drew straws for it.
Why couldn't he just say he's going to do the job if he's the leader?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe because he's a good boss? Just because he likes to kill people doesn't mean he can't be a good employer.
Also, we should probably stop. There's like 12 things going on at once.
There are multiple things going on at once. There's like at least 3 different groups that have plans on this train tonight.
Right.
And that doesn't even include all like the casual folks that are on there that we are following around.
And Isaac and Mira, who, let's be honest, don't have a plan.
So while Lad doesn't get to necessarily start the action, Lewis suggests that he can go see what's going on, and he is like, "Oh, that's a great idea." He's like a puppy with a bloodlust. That's his personality.
Isn't there dogs with a bloodlust?
Yeah,
like a Dalmatian.
Like a Dalmatian.
They're not.
That's
good.
it. You got it.
They're not
Lad
good
Russo
pets.
is a Dalmatian. I mean, I'm sure people with Dalmatians would probably be upset about
No,
that,
but
but I have not really met a nice Dalmatian.
I've heard that's like
before.
not a thing. So technically, Cruella was right.
Cruella. Welcome to Witty Close Productions. We're laying out the hot takes tonight with Cruella had a point.
She did, because
she did. Please don't murder
despite
dogs.
despite what her movie is, she's wrong. She doesn't have a good
Glad we could lay that out there.
Just get fake dog stuff. Yes.
Sure.
Fake.
Just fake faux fur.
Faux fur.
Faux fur.
Or
so anyway, Baccano.
Baccano.
Watch where you're going, will ya?
There we go.
I'm very sorry. I really didn't mean to. You see, everyone here is in great danger.
Just go.
I need to find the conductor because I think he can help.
From last episode.
Sorry. I gotta go.
Wasn't that? It's gotta be. This just got a little more interesting.
Okay.
Lua?
Also, who's this Lua?
I don't know. She got a weird kink though.
Is it a kink or is?
I don't know.
Very interesting.
Does she want to be there?
Not really sure.
Okay.
And I wonder exactly what sort of.
Also, is Lad immortal or is he trying to become immortal?
I don't think either.
Bad.
Then how is he gonna kill all these people and then kill her slowly?
Because he's fucked up.
You need a lot of time to do that.
Lad, he wants to go see what's going on, so he excitedly leaves. And in so, we see a scene that we saw, I think, either in the last episode or the last 2 episodes, where he bumps into Jacuzzi Splot, who we all know and love.
Who keeps his name?
Who has a fabulous name, and we will not change his name, because you cannot top a name like Jacuzzi Splot. So, of course, Jacuzzi is running off because he's terrified of the rail tracer, and he's gonna go warn I'm gonna go warn the young conductor. And he runs off, but it looks like Lad recognizes him because I think we find out that Jacuzzi has a bounty on his head.
I think he has a bounty.
We don't really hear more. Yeah, we don't really hear more about that until the next episode. But he does say that this night is going to get a little more interesting.
Because of murder?
Well, it's going to get interesting because 1, murder, and 2, there's a guy on the train who has a bounty on his head. And so why just murder? We can also murder and then get money.
Welcome to Witty Clothes, where you can't get away from murder.
You cannot escape the murder.
Actually,
but we can escape this scene because we're about to jump into another one. So that was my transition, my segue.
Okay. I mean, you froze on me,
yeah.
but it's fine.
Oh no! I segued into the next scene. That is what I did.
What? Okay. What?
Hey, stop that! You're gonna burn your hand off.
Nah, it'll be fine.
So they're immortal. No?
No. They're just the glove.
Wow, Randy, that's amazing.
This is why you use leather gloves. I'll take that damn thing off. Ow! Ow!
Oh.
You all right, pal?
Damn.
Are they on the train?
No.
Okay.
Do you think I'm dumb enough to light my hand on fire if it was gonna hurt?
They should go. Okay.
We are going back. It says, the wiki says this is an unspecified time, but based on what they're talking about, it's very clearly 1930.
Okay.
So we're going to go back to 1930. We were just, of course, at 1931 on the Flying Pussyfoot, but unfortunately we must dismount the Flying Pussy because if you stay on too long, bad things can happen. So we are
Just make
following...
sure you clean up.
Yes. That's... Make sure you pee afterwards.
That's not what I meant.
Thank you. Anyway, so we're following the titular characters of this episode, who are Randy and Pecho. Interesting because the wiki also uses the names of the books, and so it's kind of interesting when we're talking about American names in Japanese media. Sometimes the names get switched around because they spell out things kind of phonetically, so we don't actually know. So multiple names can kind of sound the same or be spelled the same in Japanese. So I think in the books it's Petzo with P-E-Z-Z-O, but in the actual dub it's Pecho, P-E-C-H-O. Dara, are you okay?
Sorry.
Okay. Can I help you? Can I save you? Do you need water? Do you need a drink?
Well, I was trying to do a bit, but then you got concerned about me.
I did get this because I love you.
Right, but also I was trying to do a bit of I got trying to fall asleep. It was it reminded me.
It was very interesting information.
No, it was like when we were doing the Death Note stuff, and you and Adriana were just going off about anime stuff, and I just was like, I don't know what's happening, guys. I just watched the movie, okay? I like Willem Dafoe in the movie.
I just like to watch things. I understand, but this is important. This is
also
background.
If I'm gonna be honest, because I've said I kind of forgot some stuff and I skipped through the episodes. Don't remember these characters at all.
Oh, they're the 2 guys where they're just chilling out, and the one lights his hand on fire as a party trick.
Those idiots.
Those idiots.
I forgot. Okay, no, I remember watching that bit, but I forgot their names.
Yeah, yep. So those are Randy and Pecho. So, yes. So the one guy says, hey, I got a cool party trick. It lights his glove on fire, and it's ooh, fire hand. And the other guy's cool, I want to do that. But, of course, is not wearing the correct gloves, which is a problem because he lights his whole gosh darn hand on fire and almost sets his hand on fire. But thankfully, of course, he's able to take the glove off and then
the building
lets it fall into a thing of oil, which then catches a building on fire. So it's this is such a good example in this show of how like one minor thing here causes a whole ripple effect and drastically affects the plot of other things. So everything in the show is so fun, like connected in such a funny way, because of course these guys are talking, they like mention Firo as a character, but we don't know who these guys are. I don't think we ever see him again. But this event where we kind of hear about one character affects the lives of like some of these other characters drastically, and I kind of love it.
Like how a rat saved Ant-Man in Endgame.
Yeah, exactly. Like kind of like those.
Like how the rat
things.
technically saved the universe.
Go rat.
Probably should have done it like maybe like 3 years earlier.
That it's fine. You know what? They have to work on their own time.
I guess.
They don't get paid enough for this. So yes, a building accidentally catches on fire because two guys were a bunch of idiots, or just really one guy was a bunch of idiots.
Well, I think they're both idiots.
So this is in the reaction. I think we get a little twist turn around here, and that's my fault because all old men look the same to me. So we see a gentleman.
That's ageism.
That is ageism, and I hope no one from my work hears that. So that was a joke for all intents and purposes.
You youngin'.
But anyway, so we are in like this underground kind of laboratory, and we see this old man. His name is Barnes. He looks like one of the guys we see in the opening sequence, but he's not that guy. He's just some dude. His name is Barnes, and I guess he gets off on smashing rodents with hammers.
Right.
Oh no, a poor little mouse or rat. Oh,
well, it's gonna be dead soon. Cool. Great. Fine. This is fine. Who are you? Okay, so that's the worst kind of rat to have in your house.
I've done it! The formula is finally perfected!
What?
Me secret formula.
You know what I can't just like recreate it? So becoming immortal, you just need a secret formula?
You just need a secret formula, yeah.
Then why do we need to kill people?
All right, Miss Eve, I think this is...
Speaking of rats, this one gets smashed with a hammer.
Right, I mean...
But, yeah.
I mean, don't do that?
Don't do that. But the good news is this one's okay.
Right.
Because as soon as he smashes them, the rodent regenerates, and then he's okay.
Right, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
I had a question about the regeneration thing, because I think we established, I don't know if we established it in in this, but they don't, but when people, the immortal people, the way they regenerate, it's not like Deadpool rules where like you just like regrow the thing. It's like it just gets zoomed back to you. So thinking about this throughout the day, today specifically, like what happens, like, but like, so like, let's say like with when Firo got like his fingers got chopped off. And then and they fell to the ground. Like, they're going to get dirt in there, and then you're just going to zoom back up. You get an infection. And then that...
I assume that, based on immortality rules here, that you can't just, like, get an infection. Because they do call, and I think it's either in this episode or the next episode, they call, like, the immortality elixir the grand panacea. So the cure of all ills is what this is.
So it's not even... So, like, it wasn't... So even with... So you can't even die of, like, a sickness.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it's just kind of like you can't die a horrible, violent death.
Right. No, it's called the grand panacea in some of the contexts. But yeah, the idea is that it's a cure all, no disease, no harm can come of you.
What if you want to die?
Well, that's very interesting, and maybe we'll find that out at some point.
Who wants to live forever?
That's a good question. Somebody should write a song about that.
They did. It's in Highlander.
Wow. Don't tell me that movie has immortals in it, too.
No, it's just got Highlanders.
All right. Fabulous. Baccano. This fella named Barnes says the formula is complete, and he's talking calling out to his master Quates.
Wait.
Yeah.
We called it the secret formula.
Oh yeah, the secret formula.
Secret formula for
so yes,
for the Krabby Patties.
He did complete the secret formula. Because we all know, of course, that the Krabby Patty secret formula will make you immortal, which is why SpongeBob has been on the air for 25 years.
It should probably get off the air, not gonna lie.
It's too bad. They already took the secret formula. So
except no, Squidward did. Never mind.
So this guy Barnes, he's having a good day, right? He just figured something out. He's having a great time.
Huzzah!
Except he's not, because remember, a building just caught on fire, and then it rains down upon him, and his whole lab catches on fire. Yay!
And he didn't grab the secret formula?
So he had like a whole crate of them, but it was too much for him to carry out, so he was only able to take 2 bottles of whatever the secret formula is.
Can he not reproduce it?
And then run out of there. I don't really know. Well, I kind of know, but like
also you could have just grabbed your notes and then remake the formula.
Yeah.
Did nobody think?
I don't really know what this guy was doing.
I know like Panic with like fire and stuff, especially because I've been replaying a Sims 4 and a lot of fires have been happening. But I know people panic, so like
panic at the disco.
Yeah. Good job.
Thanks. So this fella, he a great day just went to a bad day for him.
He didn't think.
He didn't think.
I'm kind of mad now. Why didn't you think?
I just didn't think.
Why didn't you?
So, so we go back to think what's this 1931 now? I think this is 1931.
Sure.
So we are back hanging out with Eve, Genoard, Genovia. She's the princess of Genovia, of course.
So should we call her Mia and not Eve? Although I can stick with Eve.
We can stick with Eve. So she's hanging out with her servants, I guess, because she's rich and can do that.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to put a little bit.
So this is 1932.
You go on in there and ask them about Master Dallas. They'll be able to tell you.
Have a good day.
Yeah. No, 1931. 30 or 31.
No, but wasn't she finding like I'm assuming like dead body in 1932?
Yeah.
And she's in the same outfit?
This is, I think this is before that. It's also an anime, so people just wear the same outfit.
Amazing.
And they are going to the Daily Days because, of course, one of her servants, Samantha, has a friend who is an editor and information broker. So they are going to go try to learn where Dallas is. But as they're going in, we see the guys from the earlier sequence coming out. Mm-hmm. So they weren't so lucky, but maybe they'll be lucky. Maybe they know. Maybe. Let's see. And then back in 1930, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. We see Firo.
Yep.
And Misa.
And Misa.
We
kept his name because we could say it funny.
Because if we do say Misa funny, we're like, he's a Misa.
He's a
Misa. They are going. Oh, I like this word, haberdashery. What a great word.
Is that a word?
So they're going to a haberdashery.
I think I really like this one, Misa. It's perfect for me.
Welcome to the Martello family, Firo.
Isn't it still a day too soon for that?
Actually, the ceremony's already started. Right, pal?
It just like kills him right there.
Oh, okay. Where you get hats?
Yeah, where you get hats.
From a hatter?
Yes. From a Mad Hatter. Actually, this hatter just seems
they used to make hats with mercury?
That's where the name Mad Hatter comes from.
Yeah. I
didn't know that.
Aw.
Sorry, I was too enthusiastic about knowing a fun fact.
So was I.
Yay.
I was going to tell you the fun fact and then you ruined the fun fact. Because I was going to say that's how they came up with Mad as a Hatter.
Now it's a not fun fact. Now no one's having fun. Tragedy. So at the haberdashery, it looks so Firo is I think he's preparing for a thing because he's going to become one of the youngest capos in the Martello family. So it's a great time. So in the Mozzarella family, oh my goodness, I keep getting these names wrong. I am so sorry. So he's going to become the youngest, one of the youngest capos in the Martello family. So he has a
Is that what
there's like a ceremony involved, and it's like a whole thing that he's not quite there yet, but he's almost there. So he's getting a fancy hat, and this guy Misa seems to be kind of cheering him on.
Is that what it's called when you become a member of a gang of a mob family?
I thought a capo was a boss. What does capo mean? Capo is the head of a crime syndicate.
Right.
So I'm not sure if he's the head, but it says a capo. So he's basically
Wait, he's becoming the head of a family?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, well, I mean, like the crime families, I think you don't always have to be blood relative.
No, I know, but I thought he was just being initiated as the being part of the family, but I forget the name of those people in the Italian mob. Guys, anybody watch enough mob movies to tell me what the answer is?
You mean like a Don?
No, that's the head.
Yeah, Don is head. Capo is I think you're just like a high member. I think that's the implication here.
I gotta rewatch The Godfather.
I know it's been a while.
Or Goodfellas. Actually, I haven't seen Goodfellas except for I watched a little bit of it, but I realized I came in probably like 20 minutes in, and I'm like, I think I need to have start to finish all 3 hours of it. Thanks, Scorsese.
So anyway, we see Firo. He gets his nice green fedora hat. It looks fabulous, and they leave the store. And as they're leaving, they bump in to Isaac and Miria.
Hooray!
Who we love dearly. Just kidding.
Excuse me. For carelessness, there is no excuse.
No excuse for carelessness.
This is
1930.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hero! Nobody likes a rubbernecker.
I'm just gonna see if they need help.
Are you in a gang?
Man,
is that the same fire or a different fire?
This is the same fire as before.
Are you all right, sir?
Yeah.
I'm terribly sorry.
Ennis?
It's a pretty lady. Yep.
Excuse me.
Are they gonna fall in love?
Maybe.
Even though they kind of look the same?
That's fine.
As long as one of them has boobs, then it's fine. It's just like Cinderella.
Hey! Wait!
And it doesn't seem like they know each other at all, even though we know in the future they know each other, but at this point in time they don't know
So in
each other.
2 years they're gonna know each other?
Yeah, in 1 year they're gonna know each other.
Wait, when does the Pussyfoot thing happen?
1931.
I thought it was 32. What happens in 32?
32, some things have been happening in 32, but we haven't really seen much of what's happening in 32.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought
I
thought the pussy crashing was like the last thing that happened in this show, or like what?
That's 1931.
Okay.
So
wait, didn't the thing with Isaac and Mira happen in episode 4 or that episode?
It's both. I think it's both. It's a little bit both.
What am I thinking of?
No, you're Wait, we'll get there. It's okay. Just you gotta.
I feel like I'm thinking of this.
Gotta bear with me.
I thought I was thinking of this bit because I really like this bit, but I don't.
I think that bit is next episode because we just see the clip in this. We just see the part where they pass each other.
Yeah. Okay.
So because we're still following, because this is still from the perspective of Firo and Misa, and as they're going, they see this milk.
Do you want some smilk?
No. I hate this. I hate you. I don't. I love you dearly. Anyway, so we see there's smoke coming from the building. Firo wants to go check it out because he's a rubbernecker. He just wants to
He's a good he's a good gangster. He's a main character.
He's a good gangster.
He's a main character.
He's main character-ish. So there he bumps into a lady by the name of Ennis, who we've seen before. We know that they know each other in the future, but we don't really know what the relationship is now. And
they're probably a couple in the future.
This does feel very meet cute.
It feels very meet cute, and since Firo is main character-ish.
Yeah. He's got to get a lady.
Right. Because that's how that,
and
that's how that
could
works.
be that lady.
Right.
I mean, Ennis seems very nice. She's very snappily dressed.
He is a mobster.
Mm-hmm.
He might have murdered. And if you're getting to that point, like in the top tier, you have to murder people, I think.
Maybe. That is a strong possibility. So, but in this meet cute, they're bumping into each other. She loses a cufflink, and then he tries to run after her and find her. So
it's like Cinderella.
It is like Cinderella. Maybe it will magically fit and then live happily ever after. And regardless of whatever other nonsense is going down. So back in 1931, we are back on the Flying Pussyfoot, and Jacuzzi is, of course, running, and this is kind of a replay of a scene in episode 2 where he bumps into his crew as he's trying to go find the young conductor.
Back on the train?
Back on the train.
Nick, while we're doing that, you take care of the dining car.
What are they doing?
Hold on. I don't understand. What am I supposed to do with the dining car? But maybe she means...
When we're doing the robbery, we can't have people knowing. If they find out about it, they're likely to cause a scene, and they may go so far as to stop the train. Which is why, Nick, I need you to keep the people in the dining car quiet. You got it?
I got it, boss. Nice and quiet.
Does he gots it?
Oh, God.
Nick, no. He don't gots it.
Gentlemen.
And so we see Niece comes in, and she's going to go after Jacuzzi along with Donnie, and she tells Nick, the other guy, to take care of the dining car. But Nick, he's a simple man, doesn't quite know what she means by that, because there's a couple possibilities. It could mean just like, go in, make sure everything's good, like, don't worry. Or it could mean, hey, we're going to go start doing some stuff. Keep everyone real quiet. So, of course, which is what he hears. And so he's going to go probably start some trouble.
Right.
This nice fella. I love Jacuzzi's gang because they all seem like they're just a bunch of they're funny bootleggers, but they kind of seem like they maybe know what they're doing.
Wait, they don't.
Sometimes.
I thought they knew about the bomb.
They do know about the bomb, yeah.
But did they bring on the bomb?
They didn't bring on the bomb.
So how did they?
The bomb.
Okay, so 1, how did they know about the bomb? 2, why would you go on a train when you know there's a bomb on it?
I think Jacuzzi was asking the same question. But
no, wait, the bomb's not activated, right? Or is it activated?
Bomb's not activated, no. Not that we know of.
Even if a bomb is not activated, if I know there's a bomb on a train, I'm not going on the train.
Well, I think they know that there was like precious cargo, and of course, as a couple of, crime folks.
Yeah, but you have a ticket for a train, and you find out somebody's transporting a bomb on that train, even if it's deactivated, you would have switched your ticket.
But Dara, this is our one chance to ride the world famous Flying Pussyfoot.
I'll get over it. There's plenty of other pussy out there.
Listen, Dara, some of us have trouble getting pussyfoot, okay? Some of us have trouble doing that. Right? But anyway, so it's very funny. So of course, as Nick is having this, he's talking this out to himself. We see one of Vlad's gang like walk past. Of course, we know because he's probably going to start something too. And then we also know that the black suited folks, they're called the Lemurs, who have some weird thing going on. I don't know. They like worship this guy. We don't really know what that deal is all about. But they're about to make them.
They want to be immortal.
It sounds like they want to be immortal as well. Everyone's pretty into that immortal game here in this show.
Which is actually kind of interesting because normally, like when you see stuff with immortals, they don't want to be immortal.
Mm.
It's like kind of a thing of like, I lived so long, I'm so tired.
Mm-hmm.
Meh.
Yeah, it is an interesting take on that, but a lot of people in the shows seem like they want to be immortal, and it seems like the immortals that we do know of don't seem like too inconvenienced by it quite yet.
Well, I guess like if your friends are immortal too, like
that is fun. Right. I know, you can just like party all day.
Wait, what age would you want to be immortal at?
Oh God, I don't know. Whatever age I'm sexiest at.
Well, isn't that like mentally? Do you feel sexy?
Well, that's a great question.
Like, because like if you physically look sexy, but like mentally you're a ball of anxiety and depression. Mm-hmm. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, working on.
How about like 33? That feels.
That's like a solid. That's solid.
That's solid.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Baccano.
So we're going to go back somewhere else. We're going to go back to Eve Genovia and her Genovians. And, of course, she's still looking for her brother Dallas.
Do they have parents with them?
At the Daily Days. They should.
Huey Marquise de Lafayette.
Samantha!
Elion, good to see you.
Where do you
American
think you
and
are,
Japanese
kid?
waiter
He's the
outfit.
famous Genoard's son who turned up missing
Don't
one
think
year
about
ago.
it. Don't think about it.
Who's the biggest delinquent of our time? Dallas Genoard. Sucks up to the mighty and bullies the weak.
Is that the daughter?
Detested by all, he's the biggest scumbag around.
That's his sister.
I'm sure he's fine.
Or dead.
Don't worry yourself.
I think he's dead.
Do you?
I don't know. He's either he's dead. Who's really dead in this?
Who's really dead in this? That's a great question.
Who wants to live forever, though?
You raise a great question.
Thank you, sir.
Are they banging?
I don't think so.
How old is she?
What's wrong? What's it say?
He dead.
Alice, does that letter have any news about where my brother is? Is there anything at all?
I am terribly sorry about this, but I'm afraid it's still a mystery.
Oh, what a shame. So we see this fellow by the name of Eileen Duga walk in. He's one of he's Samantha's friend, who one of the information brokers at the Daily Days, and Eve kind of asks about him, and Eileen doesn't really hold back and let him know that Dallas is a dick, and he has a reputation as a scumbag delinquent who bullies the weak and sucks up to the rich. Of course, Eve says that, she was never like that to him. He's always a nice guy.
Right, which kind of just makes me think that, like, he's an anti-hero.
I don't know. He seems more anti than hero in all of the things that we see of him.
I guess I have a feeling, like, if he's nice, like, it seems like he's nice to his sister. Like, his sister loves him enough to...
Mm-hmm.
And
look for him for a long time.
And I forget if anything, like, comes up where, like, that's, like, she shouldn't be like that, and it's probably, like, maybe, like, been a gaslit most of her life. I don't know. I'm kind of getting the feeling no, but I kind of wonder if it's a thing of, like, if his sister...
It just seems like she's very sheltered. And she's so sheltered that she doesn't understand the reality of the situation.
Well, I guess I kind of wonder, like, if like, let's say, like, her sister, his sister, like, needed something for, like, a friend, like, does he care enough about her to say yes and, like, actually go along and be nice to somebody about it?
Right.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right. Yeah, it is a good question, because we haven't really seen anything of him that was just that he's ever nice at all. But, I mean, that could very well not be the case, too.
Also, like, would it be nice to the guy who wants to marry, like, Eve Genovia?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, or does he even care at all?
What if she finds her Chris Pine?
What if she finds her Chris Pine? I hope she does. Every lady deserves a Chris Pine.
That's fair. Even in Wonder Woman 1984.
Aw. Yikes.
That
was a movie. We
need to keep going.
So, we got to keep going. We got to keep rolling here. So they do try to look up what information they have on Dallas, and it turns out they don't have any. They don't know where Dallas is. Nobody seems to know where Dallas Genoard is. I know what happened.
Wait, what if he like realized the error of his ways and decided to just like, because I'm wondering if like Dallas is an immortal. What if he just like ran away and it's like, I see the error of my ways and I became a good guy. Now he's like married with like a wife and a kid on the way.
Oh, that would be lovely.
That's not what happened.
I'm not sure if that's quite the case, but it would be fabulous.
What if that happens and he's gonna go back in for one more go?
One more job. But speaking of Dallas, we're actually going to go back and see him once again in 1930 as we follow Firo.
This time jumping
down, yes, where Firo's trying to go look for Ennis to finish that meet cute.
Are you crying?
What's the deal, Gramps? See what happens when you think.
Oh, is this how
Huh? Oh, you're determined, ain't you? Why don't you blow, kid? Scurry on home to your mother and give her a good suck for me.
I assume you're calling me kid. Which is funny, because watching you jerks, I started missing the sandbox. I also happen to be one of the youngest members of the Martillo
family.
Yeah, well, so what?
Piero Pierogi?
No. Punch him.
West Side Story.
You can't go pulling out a weapon in a fight like this.
Shut up!
Damn it.
Nice. Put up.
Back off. This has nothing to do with your kind, kid. You follow what I'm saying?
Your
If
kind.
money is what you
That's
want,
what I'm
I'll
saying.
give it to
Is
you.
this how?
If not, then hit the bricks.
I'm actually looking for someone. Have you seen a girl wearing a thin black suit around here?
No, I haven't. Is there anything else?
That's all.
Yeah, what's your
You and
favorite
your
color?
box should probably hurry on home, okay?
Bye-bye.
Nope.
Firo.
Well, he didn't do it.
He sees that the gentleman with the secret formula, Barnes, is being assaulted by Dallas and crew because they like to beat up old men. Because why not? They like to beat up anybody, it sounds like, but especially old men.
It's easy.
But yeah, Firo goes into main character mode again and just beats the crap out of everyone in a way that is heroic, and we respect him for it. So he saves Barnes, but Barnes seems like he has other things in mind. Of course, he's got that secret formula. He's got to go do whatever the heck he needs to do with that. And he's kind of a jerk to Firo, but Firo just kind of goes on his way. He does ask if he's seen a woman wearing a suit. He says no, and he tells that guy, he's like, hey, you should probably go before these, jerkwads, do whatever. But when before anything can happen, Firo leaves, and Dallas and co come back, and they beat up the old man. They sure beat him up again. Yeah.
Oh, after Firo left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they beat him again. Do they want? They don't know what the secret formula is.
They don't know what it is. They think it's booze.
Wasn't it like in a tiny?
It was in like a beer can, beer bottle.
Okay.
So it did look like booze.
I was gonna say,
and of
like,
course,
guys,
in 1930, we're still in Prohibition time. So
when did that go away?
1933.
And that's when the economy went up.
Sure.
Because booze.
Interesting. I mean, the economy really went up when we went to war. So
what else is gonna get the economy up? Alcohol and I was about to say alcohol and booze. Alcohol and war.
Booze and war. Welcome to America. So
that and burgers and sex.
Welcome to the United States. So, okay, so we're finishing up back on the Flying Pussyfoot with the Lemures. Not just the Lemures, but everybody. There are things about to go down.
Like 12 things.
I'm completely stuffed.
Nonsense. There's always room for dessert.
There is always room for dessert. What? What?
Hey.
Who are you?
Well, guess I should get started.
Who is that?
It's one of Lad's gang.
All right, here comes the action.
So everything's happening at once.
Hands in the air. Everybody freeze. And whatever you do, don't move.
But which one should we do?
Just don't do anything, okay? There's like 7 guns.
Okay, so what now?
Don't move.
Right?
Oh yeah, right.
Do they not have guns?
Nope.
I feel like they should have guns.
Why use guns in the
Also, Artful Dodger's gonna be fine. He should go away.
Sorry for the confusion.
Like 12 different things at once. So it's all going to go down in the dining car, because all at the same time we have the Lemures come in, and then a guy named Vicky from Lad's gang comes in, and then we have Nick from Jacuzzi's gang comes in, and they all yell out different commands.
Right.
For example, the Lemures say, get down on the floor. Vicky says, put your hands in the air. And then Nick, who has a knife, not a gun. One guy has a machine gun, and the other guy has 2 handguns. The last guy has a knife.
Right.
And he says, everyone freeze.
Right.
And to which the passengers are very confused, and they say, well, what are we supposed to do? But I don't think we give Isaac and Miri enough credit here because they managed to do all three, and I'm proud of them.
Well, it's not actually that hard. Just like get on the ground, hands up, don't move.
That's it. They did it.
Also, like Knife Gut should probably just like go away.
He does.
Good.
Oh, he does.
Yes.
He realizes the error of his ways, and he just
like,
kind of
bye.
he just leaves. They just let him go.
Because don't bring a knife to a gunfight unless you're like really really good with a knife and can like throw the knife while the gun gets pointed off and then go like spring like that movie Wanted.
Yeah, something like that.
Uh-huh.
That was the thing.
Uh-huh.
So things are going down on Flying Pussyfoot. The interesting enough, if we go back to the old man in the street who got beaten the crap beaten out of him, his body regenerates.
Right. Oh, so old guy's an immortal.
Sure is.
It's you.
Mr. Bond.
Oh. What? What? So that's the young conductor. Right?
Yeah.
And he's dead. Is he dead? How was that episode already over?
He's certainly covered in blood.
But he's dead.
Somebody's dead.
Oh my!
I couldn't
also,
really
why
see
does
who
it always
was
end in like
somebody was dismembered?
Why does this always end in like a soap opera credits?
That's anime, baby. So what's up with that? I mean, I know what's up with that.
He drank the secret formula, or it was already.
He drank the secret formula,
or he was already an immortal.
Yeah,
I know that is a thing now. I don't know why it's a thing, but I know it's a thing.
There's some.
How does Isaac become an immortal later? I think that was the thing in episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on in this show. I still am confused.
Right.
And like, I think the problem is like it's kind of a confused. Like I'm not really appreciating.
Okay.
Because like with Gravity Falls, I was confused, but I was enjoying myself a lot.
This is a very intense level of confusion.
Right. This is like I'm really confused, and like sometimes I'm enjoying myself, and sometimes I'm like really not. So like I'm not really. Like, but I don't know how. I'm like still like by the end, I have no idea how I'm gonna feel.
That's okay. It's okay. And then the very last thing is that on the Flying Pussyfoot, Jacuzzi finally gets to where the conductors are. But it turns out he sees the corpses of the conductors, because if we remember the last time that we saw the conductors,
the middle-aged man shot the
middle-aged one definitely pulled a gun on the younger one, and somehow I don't know how the other one is now a corpse as well.
The train
but
ghost.
Obviously, surely it is the work of the rail tracer.
That's what he was. I just said train ghost.
The rail tracer. I mean, train ghost, same thing. And that is where we end that episode. Dara, what are your thoughts?
We talked about that for like an hour.
I know. It's only a half-hour episode. How do we talk about that for that long? I get very detailed.
Because I don't know what's going on, so I need to just like bring in random stuff.
Yeah. I
don't know, but like I said, like right now, like I'm still very confused, but it's not like a fun confusion of like, can we just get? I think I'm like kind of like, can we get to the point already? Mm-hmm. I don't know why, because like I think that with Gravity Falls, like that took a while, but I think to like get to like points and stuff where I was like, okay, but I think like I enjoyed a lot of the characters enough. Yeah. It might have because there weren't that many characters, and also like there was a lot of fun stuff going on, and like here's is kind of like I kind of just want to get to the point. Like, why do these immortals exist?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
I don't know.
It does take us some time.
And the more I think about it, the more feeling I get over it.
Bad feelings?
A little bit. It's kind of like anger. I'm like, can we just get to it? Get to the point?
I mean, think about it. The show is like a train ride. Because sometimes you just have to. It's about the journey. Not the destination.
Right, but I can still listen to music and podcasts like ours when I'm on a train.
Nice. Good way to work that in there. So
we still have one more episode to talk about.
We still got one more episode to talk about. I know. I'm trying to think if I had any thoughts on this episode. Not really. I think I like the last episode more because we get to see more characters that I like. We had more focus on characters that I liked last time. This one has a lot of focus on Dallas, who I don't care about because he's kind of a douche.
Also, I don't care about Dallas or Lad, to be honest. Like, he's a...
Lad? Lad's fun. I don't really like him, but he's kind of fun. I like other characters better.
I think I realized I don't know, like I think it's like with some like villain people stuff, like I think I've like kind of grown, like I kind of just want to see Isaac and Mira more, and like Firo and Christian Bale and Misa. Yeah. And Ennis, like that kind of stuff seems more interesting to me than the immortal stuff is more interesting to me than Lad, and I'm still upset because that I don't exactly understand the immortal stuff yet.
Yeah. So. Sorry, I was just looking at the titles for the next episodes. So yes, I think we will get to it. I do promise you that we will get to it. We don't quite see it now because, Dara, I have some bad news. It's time for us to end talking about this episode and then go to the next episode, which is called Lad Russo enjoys talking a lot and slaughtering a lot. And that he sure does, but we have to talk about it, but we're going to take a break real quick, so stay tuned.
Yeah, I figured I use these pool balls as what they're called, Qigong balls. Look at that. I have to do it slower than with the Qigong ball because they're kind of big. So Firo. Misa. Keith. Berga. Well, that's Christian Bale.
Yeah, it's Christian Bale.
I do like the cuts in this. Ennis doesn't have a last name.
Ennis does not have a last name. Young conductor.
Well, he's dead.
Lad Russo.
I am a fan of like cutting in between, like cutting from like following an object for a cut.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if someone is mean to you, I'll beat them up. I'll punch them.
No, I mean right now it seems like they might have like